Brett Hill, this is very exciting. Our very first online event, Release Your Overwhelm.
Oh, I'm pumped, MP. This is going to be awesome. It's going to be a great way for so many more people to get access to the Wellness Couch, but particularly on a topic that people have been absolutely crying out for. We see comments about this time and time again. So it's really exciting to be able to deliver what everyone's been asking us for, MP.
Now, this content, this topic of overwhelm, has been presented many times at the Wellness Summit, our Wellness Base Camp, our Wellness Breakthrough, our real live events. But it's really hard if you're watching this and you haven't been to many of our events, you may have been to one or two. It's really hard to really immerse yourself in this how do I release my overwhelm issue when you're at one of our events where there's many other speakers on many other topics. So Brett came up with the great idea, great work by you, Bretto, to have a one-day online event so you can access this from anywhere in the world, all on the one topic, and that is releasing your overwhelm. Bretto, do you want to share the spin-offs of this topic of overwhelm that we'll be covering over the day of the Release Your Overwhelm event?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when we started talking to people about this, what we realized was that people were overwhelmed in a number of different areas. So whilst people were talking to us about their overwhelm, about their stress, about where they were blocked, sometimes they were talking about with their body and with their health. Sometimes they were talking about with their relationships. Sometimes they're talking about in their time, and sometimes they're talking about in their money. And so we realized that there was a number of different angles we need to approach to really help people truly release their overwhelm. And so these are all body, relationships, time, and money included in this one-day summit.
So, to be clear, folks, we have 5 presentations for you on one day only. You can access this from anywhere in the world on Saturday, November 23. Kim Morrison is talking about how we deal with the relationship in terms of the overwhelm we feel about ourselves. Brett Hill, who hit rock bottom back in 2016 with the breakup of his marriage, talks about how we deal with our overwhelm with our relationships. Myself, I talk about how to master the art of time. Jason Witten on releasing overwhelm in relation to money. And Wendy Stewart, and I think there is probably not many people more qualified to speak about this because Wendy Stewart, at the time of this recording, has released over 60 kilos from her body over the last few years, talks about releasing your overwhelm around your body. So 5 really strong presenters on 5 really important issues under the umbrella of overwhelm. Bretto, cannot wait for this online event.
Yeah, and you know, the best thing about this online event is we've been able to create it in a way that is really going to help people who are overwhelmed, because we know that when you're overwhelmed, when life just feels like it's getting on top of you, it can be hard to take time out to travel to get to an event like perhaps the Wellness Summit or the Wellness Base Camp. You know, we know that when you're overwhelmed, that sometimes finding the money, finding the time to do these things, you know, being able to available at the right time of day to try and make this stuff work for you can be really hard. And so, you know, the beauty of Release Your Overwhelm is that A, you can do it from wherever in the world you happen to be, which is fantastic. B, it only costs $10, you know, so it's not going to stress out the bank account, which is fantastic. And C, you know, you can fit it into your life. You know, if your mornings are crazy busy because you're running around after kids, then you can do it later in the day. You know, if your evenings are chock-a-block, then you can do it earlier in the day. You know, you can really make this fit in with your life and help not create more overwhelm, but actually release that overwhelm in your life in all of those categories that we spoke about.
Absolutely, great call. Now, look, when we do our live events, they range anywhere from $97 to $3,000. You mentioned it right then, Bretto. We want this to be affordable for anyone. So the Release Your Overwhelm one-day event is only $10. All you need to do is click the button. You've got access for the entire day of Saturday, November 23. Bretto, great idea by you to put this Release Your Overwhelm event together. Cannot wait to share it with the tribe.
No, it's going to be a ripper, MP. Can't wait. November 23. $10. Get your ticket now.